Jesus told his apostles that his Father's house had many rooms, and he was going to prepare a place for them. I learned recently that this was something the bridegroom did for his betrothed after the engagement and before they lived together. So the apostles would have been familiar with this language and this action. I wonder what they must have been thinking. Let's rock. Are you walking through a storm that feels like it will never end? Do you wonder if life's storms have stolen the beauty from your life for good? You're in the right place. My name is Heather, and like you, I've been through a storm or two and wondered if life would ever be beautiful again. Here we share warriors' words, stories of discovering beauty after battles, and the worth in your wounds. Pick up your sword or boxing gloves and join the battle. Your words are powerful, my friends. Make them warrior words. Jesus said to his disciples, "Whoever loves me will keep my word, and my Father will love him, and we will come to him and make our dwelling with him." That comes from the 14th chapter of the Gospel of John. Now, combining that passage with Jesus's comments about going to prepare a place in his Father's house, it seems we have a choice. Two choices, actually. We choose to love or choose not to love. Then we choose whether or not we will live out that love by keeping his word. The beauty here lies in the promise that comes after our choices. If we choose to love him and we choose to keep his word, the Father will love us and make his dwelling in us. Now, I've heard arguments against God saying that he is distant. Or how can we follow something fictional in the sky? And both of those, they break my heart. Because while I can't see a physical being, like I can see my son or my daughter or my friends, I can see him in my children and in my friends. I can see him in the beauty of the sky and its colors in the cloud formations. I can see him in the other beauties of the nature that he created for us. And I can see his hand in the traumas that I've walked through, helping me, walking with me. And I wish that everyone could see what I see and experience what I've experienced. Not the trauma part, but the walking with me, the beauty, finding God in all places, seeing him in people. But maybe that's part of the reason this podcast exists. Maybe someone will listen to these simple reflections or hear someone else's survival story in one of my conversations, and they too will begin to see the beauty in having God dwell in them. Now, I am not perfect, and there have been many times in my past, and sadly, I anticipate more in my future because of that lack of perfection. But there are times when I have not lived God's word. But I do choose to love him, and in that choice, I strive to keep his word as best I can. I trust that Jesus is preparing a place for me and that I will dwell in the house of the Lord forever. And that's it for now. Remember, armor up. Fight the good fight. Seek beauty. And make your words warrior words. God bless.